Can you hear your mind roaring? Do you feel every thought exploding in your head? Lost in the fog of doubt and delay, can you still find a way out? Welcome back, Stoic warriors. Right now, you're staring at the ceiling, aren't you?
Your mind is a battlefield where every thought is a bomb tearing through your focus. Doubt, procrastination, regret whisper like a thick mist, making you feel like you're drowning in darkness. You promised yourself you'd change. You vowed you'd start tomorrow. But remember, tomorrow is an illusion. It's your greatest enemy, hiding behind sweet promises to trap you in endless excuses. Tomorrow is a phantom, always out of reach, never arriving. And you know it deep down. You've felt this before, haven't you? You're exhausted. From broken promises, tired of waking up to another empty day. You've said, I'll be better tomorrow. But tomorrow slips through your fingers like water, nothing but smoke. And you've chased that ghost only to watch it vanish when you reach out. Now the frustration is peaking, isn't it? Like a pressure cooker ready to blow. You're done. Done with lies, done with excuses, done with stagnation. It's time for
radical change, not the comfortable, easy kind, but brutal transformation. Real change demands everything from you. It forces you to face the darkness you've been running from. It isn't a gentle whisper, it's a thunderclap that shakes foundations. It scorches you, burning away every barrier. And that's where Stoicism steps in. Stoicism doesn't coddle you. It doesn't care about comfort. It strips away delusion, tearing down the lies that keep you weak. It offers truth, raw and unforgiving.
Marcus Aurelius, an emperor of mighty empire, didn't mince words. He said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." What does that mean? You're not a victim of circumstance. You're not powerless. You're a slave to your thoughts. And as long as you remain bound to them, nothing changes. You won't change. Without discipline of the mind, your body is prison. Your will is shackled. A weak mind leads to a shattered life. Today isn't about perfect self-control fantasies. We're here to discuss raw, unfiltered discipline. That discipline cuts so deep it stings. It makes you want to flee, yet compels you to stay and confront. It will break you, tear you down, then rebuild you stronger. It doesn't wait for motivation. It forces you to rise no matter how heavy you feel. This video is for those done playing small. For those tired of complaining, tired of waiting for the world to change. For warriors who know greatness lies within, but is buried under excuses. You don't need more motivation or empty words. You need transformation, a total reset. Stay with me through each principle. Don't skip ahead. Don't cheat yourself out of this moment, because it's here the old you is burned away, and the new you, eager to break free, emerges. Hit like if you're in. Comment, I'm no longer slave to excuses, to lock in your commitment. Share with someone needing this spark. And don't forget to subscribe. We're about to shatter every limit holding you back. Own your first hour. Decide in silence you're surrendering. You let chaos flood your life before you've even had
a chance to breathe.
Hitting snooze is a retreat. It's you begging for comfort while the world demands conquest. Your first hour defines whether you're a warrior or a puppet. Discipline doesn't arrive with the first phone call or morning meeting. It's born in silence, forged before anyone glimpses your face. You wake up and fight. Fight yourself, not the world. Because the true battle begins in those quiet moments when no one is watching. Marcus Aurelius didn't wait for peace. or calm seas. He knew each day would bring darkness, selfishness, betrayal. Yet he faced hell with unshakable strength. That is discipline, not the absence of chaos, but the power to walk headfirst into it and own it. Your first hour is sacred, but not for the weak. Guard it as if your life depends on it, because it does. This isn't a soft morning routine, it's war. You against every instinct pulling you into numb distraction. Start with breath. Start with stillness. Start with the hardest truth. You weren't born to chase pleasure. You exist to shatter cravings, vanquish weakness, and command your fate. Master that first hour, and you own the rest of the day. Control your morning, and you control your mind. And when you own your mind, nothing holds sway. No boss, no colleagues, no life itself, no phone, only discipline. This is your proving ground, not for others, for yourself. Light a candle, not a screen. Stretch your body, don't scroll. Read with purpose, not for sedation. Kill the voice that craves comfort. That inner voice whispers, "Rest today, hit the gym tomorrow." It's not an ally, it's a parasite preying on weakness, desperate to drag you back into the comfort pit. It tells you you deserve rest when you've earned none. It's the sweetest trap, the comfort zone's deadliest weapon. Epictetus declared, "No."
Man is free who is not master of himself. That voice is the chain locking you in your cell. When it speaks, destroy it.
When it urges, take it easy, get up and grind harder. When it murmurs, tomorrow, roar back, now. Picture it as a lurking shadow crawling through your mind. Every time you choose discomfort, stepping into the fire instead of fleeing, you weaken that voice until it finally dies. Become your own master. Kill the comfort voice. Your best weapon is action. You command your thoughts. You're no puppet to that parasitic whisper. Each hard choice, each push when it tells you to stop, reclaims another inch of power. Today, take it all back. Embrace the pain of growth. Every time you flee discomfort, you delay the strongest version of yourself. You've built a wall around your weaknesses, and that wall only traps you in mediocrity. The truth is, you can't build muscle without first tearing it apart. You can't grow stronger without breaking down what's weak within you. Seneca, the firebrand of wisdom, declared, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity." Why? Because without adversity, you stay stagnant. You remain soft, untested, and weak. Growth demands struggle. It demands you to step into the furnace, be torn apart, and emerge remade. When you lift weights, your muscles tear, but what follows? They grow. When you run long, your lungs burn and your legs scream, but in that suffering, you evolve. Most people run from pain, shy away from the burn, the grind, the endless ache of improvement. But not you, not anymore. What if you stopped running? What if you stopped fearing the fire and dove headfirst into it, knowing it's the only way to forge yourself into someone stronger, sharper, and relentless? The truth is, you've been avoiding discomfort for too long, and it's made you weak. You've wrapped yourself in the safety of routine, in every excuse to stay comfortable. But the clock is ticking. Every second you waste in comfort distances you from the person you're meant to become. Now you have a choice. Will you keep hiding from the heat, afraid to be burned? Or will you step into the fire, knowing it's the only force capable of molding you into greatness? Pain isn't your enemy, it's the weapon that carves you into
a masterpiece. Once you learn to embrace it, to see it for what it truly is, you'll stop running. You'll welcome it, because every ounce of pain is one step closer to the power you've been seeking.
And when you finally accept that, the world won't know what hit it. Carve out silence and own your life. You're addicted to constant entertainment, to endless distractions. It's a virus eroding your mind, poisoning your ability to think, feel, and truly live. You've become a puppet to chaos, reacting to everything, yet never existing in the moment. Clarity is a rare treasure, and without silence, there's no space for your thoughts to breathe, to break free from the madness. Your mind is a battlefield of cravings and distractions, each one draining your life force and turning you into a shell of who you could be. Epictetus didn't say true wealth lies in possessions, fame, or status. He said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The world wants to fill your mind with everything but truth. The more you consume, the emptier you become. Every second spent scrolling, consuming, chasing fleeting highs pulls you further from your true power. But what if you didn't need to consume anymore? What if you never checked your phone every 5 seconds? What if you could sit in silence and truly hear your soul speak? This is where your power lies, in that brutal quiet when the world falls.
Away and only you remain. It's there your strength rises. The world will scream to pull you back into noise. But when you choose silence, you unlock something primal.
You unearth the discipline buried beneath the clutter. You can't hear your voice in chaos, but in silence, your voice becomes thunder. In stillness, you hear your true self calling you to rise, to claim what's yours, to cut through the chaos. Like a blade, meditate, sit in the fire of your own silence. Don't wait for peace to find you, forge it within. The world will never quiet down. The idea it will is a lie. But you have the power to create your own silence amid the storm. When you do, you'll hear the only voice that matters, yours. And when you hear it, you will act with the unstoppable power that shatters silence, the kind of power that doesn't need to shout because it already owns the universe. 5. Own it and master. Consistency, everything begins the moment you decide to own it all. Right now, not tomorrow. Want to build discipline? Start by taking responsibility for every single detail, your words, actions, failures. The road to greatness isn't paved with excuses. It's forged by relentless ownership of each moment. No more waiting, no more excuses. Act and watch your life transform. Number 7, master the art of consistency. Inconsistency isn't merely an obstacle, it's a silent destroyer. It whispers in your ear that tomorrow will be better, but tomorrow is just another missed chance for growth. How many times have you begun with passion and intensity only to see that fire burn out, leaving ashes of regret? How often have your promises to yourself, countless, this time will be different, faded faster than a blink, slipping away at the first distraction? You've felt motivation surge, adrenaline crash through your veins, but like a tidal wave, it breaks and leaves behind calm, empty waters. The truth is simple. Motivation is a fleeting illusion. It comes and goes like the wind. What sets you apart is consistency, the quiet, unrelenting commitment to show up day after day, regardless of how you feel. Consistency pays no heed to your fatigue, to your brokenness, to the world falling apart around you. Doesn't care if your mind screams for a break. It's the brutal force that pushes you forward when you want to stop. When every fiber of your being begs for comfort, consistency demands your presence. Even without applause, without an audience, every small action today echoes into your future, shaping who you will become. This was Marcus Aurelius's savage insight. What we do in life echoes in eternity. Every decision, every hour, every minute matters. He knew it would define his legacy. If you truly grasp this, you'll never let a day slip by without giving your all. Consider this. What smallest action can you commit to every day? Brick by brick, consistent efforts build a monumental structure. Momentum becomes the monster that carries you through the days when motivation has abandoned you, when you feel like quitting, when the grind becomes unbearable. Momentum compels you to keep pushing even as every part of you pleads for a halt. This is the truth no one tells you. It's not grand gestures, but showing up every single day, especially when you don't want to. There will be days you yearn to surrender, when your body craves rest and your mind seeks comfort. But the question remains, will you show up anyway? Will you refuse to let excuses direct your actions? Will you choose strength over laziness, power over doubt? That is the real test. Here's the deal. True power doesn't live in dramatic moments or bursts of motivation. It lives in the small, repeated actions performed relentlessly. It resides in deciding to show up even when you don't feel like it, continuing forward when every instinct screams, stop. Confront the fear of failure. This is where real strength is forged. Master consistency, and you master your future. Nothing will stand in your way. The next challenge is to confront your fear of failure. Fear isn't just a feeling. It's a beast lurking in the shadows of your mind, baring its teeth and whispering lies that keep you captive. It curls around your thoughts, paralyzing you before you even move. Fear doesn't merely ask, what if you fail? It screams, what if you lose everything? It feeds on hesitation, cripples ambition, and grips you so tightly you can barely breathe. But here's the gut-wrenching truth. Failure is not your enemy, it's your gateway. What you fear most will impart the power you crave. The fear is an illusion, a shadow designed to stop you from becoming who you were born to be. So, stop hiding from it, face it head on. Marcus Aurelius wasn't a dusty philosopher scribbling in a book. His words were war cries. He saw the primal truth. Obstacles don't block you, they're weapons that carve your path. The impediment to action advances action, he said. That obstacle before you is not a barrier but your launch pad. That fear, that sense of dread, is the fuel for your transformation. You don't shrink from it, you embrace it, storm into it and rip it apart. Failure is not a death sentence, but the scalpel that cuts away weakness, revealing your hidden strength. Failure is the brutal truth that awakens you when you've been sleepwalking through life. It's the gift you've been too afraid to unwrap. The real magic happens when you stop running. You don't have to fear failure. It's an invitation, a call to action. The successful don't flee from failure, shy away from the burn, the pain, the shame. They bathe in it, they inhale it, let it fill their lungs, and then they explode forward with unimaginable force. They master the chaos of failure, twist it, reshape it, and use it to launch themselves higher than ever imagined. They know failure is the gateway to power. The moment you stop fearing it, you unlock your true potential. Remember, when you stop fearing failure, the world shifts under your feet. You stop questioning every move and focus on the masterpiece you're building. Failure is just one chapter, not the end. It's the beginning, so stop hiding from the fire. Walk straight into it. Let fear consume you and watch what happens next. The second you stop fleeing what could go wrong is the second you become unstoppable. The second you stop holding back is the second your life becomes a wild, unpredictable masterpiece. Let go of the need for approval. You've been waiting for permission, haven't you? Waiting for a thumbs up, waiting to hear you're doing it right. That moment will never come. Friends, family, the world, they're too busy living their own lives. And you've been craving validation, hoping someone will acknowledge your silent grind, but that's the sweetest trap. We're addicted to approval, scrolling feeds in exchange for fleeting likes. The Stoic path doesn't wait for applause. It demands you walk the tightrope alone. Trust yourself when everyone else doubts you, unseen in your sweat and sacrifice. Marcus Aurelius warned, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think what does. That mean life doesn't wait for your permission. It doesn't owe you recognition. The power you seek isn't out there. It's buried within you, waiting to explode. That power comes when you stop seeking outside approval and start building your own inner empire. When you release the suffocating need for validation, you become free. Free from chasing applause or external signals of success. Success becomes yours to define. This journey belongs solely to you. Here's the brutal truth. The world will never understand your fire. It won't feel the burning hunger in your chest. No one else can walk your path. The moment you stop needing their approval, you awaken. You are the only judge of your worth. And once you realize it, you'll never need permission again to chase your destiny. Conclusion: the path to greatness. Now you have controlled your first hour of the day, silenced the comfort-seeking voice, embraced the pain of growth, carved out quiet to access inner power, claimed
Ownership of every
moment and mastered consistency, confronted the fear of failure and turned it into fuel. Let go of the need for approval to live by your own values. Each step forges you into an unconquerable warrior. Don't just listen, live it. Hit like to lock in your commitment, comment "I own my life" to share your resolve, and subscribe for more transformational strategies.